I saw him bury the child alive. I know how that sounds. I know most people will think I am lying, or just trying to scare others. But I swear on my life, it happened. And the worst part is, I was too scared to tell anyone, until now. I grew up in a small town in Nigeria. Back then, money ruled everything. And nobody had more money than Chief Odiyu. He was a billionaire. He had fleets of cars, mansions in the city, houses abroad, everything. Even the governor used to come to him for advice. People loved him. They said he was generous, kind, a man of God. Whenever his convoy passed, the whole town would line the streets, clapping like he was a king. I didn't see him like that. I worked for him. I was just a poor boy, 14 at the time. My mother sent me there as a house help so I could at least eat and maybe go to school. Chief's mansion was the biggest in town. 10 bedrooms, a swimming pool, a garden with statues everywhere. To outsiders, it was paradise. To us, the workers, it was prison. Chief had rules. Strict rules. We were not allowed to look him in the eye. We were not allowed to walk past certain doors. And whenever he said, "Stay in your room tonight," we obeyed. He would bring visitors, and strange things would happen. Some workers whispered, some prayed, but nobody dared speak too much. People who asked questions never lasted long. The night it happened, he gave that same order: stay inside. Lock your doors. Don't come out. His voice was calm, but heavy, like a warning. Everyone nodded. Everyone obeyed. Everyone except me. I was curious. Too curious. Around midnight, I heard movement outside. My heart beat fast, but I told myself, just peep. Just look. If you hear anything strange, hide. So I sneaked out, barefoot, tiptoeing past the kitchen until I reached the back of the compound. I hid behind the generator house. From there, I could see everything without being seen. And that's when I saw the boy. He couldn't have been more than 8 years old. 2 men carried him. His mouth was stuffed with cloth, his hands tied tight. His eyes were wide, swollen with tears. He kicked and shook, but the men held him like a goat being dragged to slaughter. Chief Odiyu was standing there, barefoot, dressed in a white cloth wrapped around his waist. On the ground, a shallow pit had been dug. Beside him was a calabash filled with something dark, thicker than water. I didn't know what it was, but it smelled metallic, almost like blood. The men dropped the boy into the pit. He screamed through the cloth. My stomach turned. My legs shook. But I couldn't look away. Chief raised his hands, his eyes closed, chanting words I couldn't understand. It wasn't English. It wasn't Yoruba. It was something older. The air felt heavy, like the night itself was listening. Then he took the calabash and poured the dark liquid onto the boy. The child cried harder, thrashing against the wet sand. My whole body was screaming, run. Shout. Do something. But fear glued me to the ground. The men began shoveling sand into the pit. Slowly. Calmly. As if burying a living child was normal. The boy's muffled screams turned into choking. His small body fought under the growing weight. I bit my tongue to stop myself from crying out. And then, silence. They covered him fully. My chest felt like it would explode. Chief Odiyu opened his eyes. He looked around. For one terrible moment, I thought his gaze locked on me. My heart stopped. I felt cold all over, as if death itself had seen me. Then, slowly, he smiled. It wasn't the kind of smile you give to people. It was something else. Something that didn't belong to a human. He laughed softly, a laugh I can still hear when I close my eyes at night. I didn't sleep that night. I couldn't. The next morning, everything was normal. Chief Odiyu gathered us, gave us food, even money. Later, the news spread that he had donated millions to build a new hospital. Everyone praised him. Pastors prayed for him. They called him a savior. But I knew where his wealth came from. I knew what I had seen. The boy's parents. Nobody ever asked. Nobody ever looked for him. In my town, poor children disappear all the time. People just say, oh, maybe he ran away, and move on. Sometimes, when I pass by that mansion, I hear it. A faint, muffled cry. It comes from the ground. I tell myself it's the wind. I tell myself I'm imagining things. But deep down, I know the truth. I saw him bury the child alive. And I know I was not supposed to see it. Backhand index pointing right. If you enjoyed this story and want more dark African folktales like this, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe so you never miss the next chilling tale. Who knows, the next story might be about someone in your town.